Hey, Louisiana! Hosanna! My good friends of Louisiana. How are you? Well, come to the last week. It's the last week of our 4 weeks. I've fulfilled my commitment to you. Well beyond what was expected of me and what was expected of our team. We tried to provide you additional learning and additional information. Hopefully it's been of benefit. Hopefully it's something you can return to. I won't take this down. It'll be here and you can use it however you want. The bottom line is, are the leadership approaches that you're using the ones the times require? In our time together there in Shreveport, we talked through what I thought the times required. From a leadership standpoint, from a sales and marketing standpoint, from a membership recruitment and retention standpoint, we gave you some what I thought are unique concepts, but certainly concepts the times require. And I challenge you to go back to wherever you were and pick out one thing and do it a little bit different. And some of you have, and some of you did. And some of you have told me of the success that you've achieved. And I really appreciate that. The bottom line is this. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. The bottom line is that Helen Keller was right. I can't do everything, but I can do something. And that which I can do, I ought to do. And that which I ought to do, I will do. Remember that poem? I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. That which I can do, I ought to do, and that which I ought to do, I will do. You have talent, you have ability. 70 billion people have lived on this planet, and there's nobody like you. You have an opportunity because you have capacity. You can hear, most of you. You can see, many of you. You can walk, most of you. You have a heart that beats a billion times in a lifetime. You have a brain that remembers everything you ever heard or seen or done. And there's no computer in the world that can touch it, which means you have incredible capacity. I don't buy into the lie that says that the human capacity has come to its end. I don't believe that. I believe that you and I can do great things. Fact is, we could line the walls of people that have less capacity than you and I who have done great things. But what do you believe? Helen Keller believed that she was one person even though she was deficient in many areas. I believe that I'm one person even though I'm deficient in many areas. And I believe the same of you. And I know you can't do it all, but you know what? You can do something. You can't take on the challenges of the whole big bad world, but you know what? You can handle your little corner of it in New Orleans or in Shreveport or in any other community across the great state of Louisiana. And that nice lady in the heart, I forgot the name of her town, but the heart of Louisiana. You can handle your little corner of it at your house, your neighborhood, your place of work. And for many of you, the impact that you have is community-wide. For many of you, the impact that you have is industry-wide, through your professional association that you oversee or help to run. So whether you're on the vendor side or you're on the association side, both of you have important work that impacts a lot of people. And there's ripples to what you do. And you're not just leaders within this context, you're leaders outside of this context. So when you pick out one thing and try to do it a little bit better, it has a ripple effect. And like Helen Keller said, she couldn't do everything, but she could do something, and that which she ought to do, she did. Responsibility and commitment. I would suggest to you, I have a responsibility. My country is a direct reflection of me. My state of Nevada is a direct reflection of me. My town of Carson City and South Lake Tahoe and Minden-Gardnerville and Fernley and Reno, all those communities that I run around in, a direct reflection of me. And when I'm on the north side of the border, in Oshawa and in Ontario and in Alberta and the like, those communities are a direct reflection of me. You know the name Marquis de Lafayette. Some of you know that name. Jean-Robert Yves de Montier, Marquis de Lafayette. And whether he was in France or he was in what was the colonies and eventually the United States, he took responsibility wherever he was. And I think that spirit of responsibility we need today. But then we commit ourselves. We commit ourselves to doing whatever is necessary to lighten the burden of our fellow man through our vocation, the work that you do, or through our time away from our vocation. That's the kind of leadership I think the times require. And I hope you'll thoughtfully consider this. Now look, we freely gave to you. I didn't have to do a month's worth of follow-up. No one asked me to do it. I did it just out of the goodness of our hearts, to try to make your life a little bit better. And I expect something in return. And the thing that I expect is that you'll commit yourself to going and lighten the burden of your fellow man. And you'll go and freely give to someone else the knowledge, the wisdom, the insight, the experience that you have. That's what I've tried to do. There's an old proverb that says, silver and gold I do not have, but what I have I freely give. And so what we've had, we've freely given to you. Now we ask you to pay us back by going and taking that same approach with others, within your workplace and outside, with clients or with association members or with just John Q. Public. I don't care. But you owe me now, and you owe us now. And the way you'll pay us back is that you go do something to lighten the burden of your fellow man. I'll never know if you do it. I'll never know if you do it, but you'll know. I've freely given and asking nothing in return except you go help someone else. If we can ever assist you in any way, you give us a shout. Good luck to you, Louisiana. It's been a wonderful time. I've really gotten to know a little bit about your state and certainly wonderful, wonderful people. And if we can ever help you, you let us know. Take care of yourself and be well. Bye-bye.